Oh, yours is dank.
Oh, but there's lemon and lime in that.
Oh, for sure, lemon and lime in this. They're not normally? It's gas. But yours is like pretty fine. Is that?
That sounds some like 7-Up shit. I hate that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Fuck, I'm sorry for saying that.
Are we good?
We're good. You clap.
This is not an ad for Jamba Juice. This is not paid product placement.
Well, hey.
But it is an ad for Make Sure Your Friends Are Okay.
Nah.
Hey.
Hey.
It's not.
Hi. Tana.
Hi, I'm Tana. I don't know which camera to look at, but
You're both
thanks for
kind of
having
like,
me.
yeah, thanks for
You're
coming.
a hunter.
I am. You know, we're gonna pretty much what we're gonna do is just like have a conversation and just like chill and
yeah, slurp our Jamba Juices.
slurp our Jamba Juices, ask random questions.
I'm so excited that you started this.
Me too.
It's really awesome. Hunter has been like dreaming about doing this for so long, and his heart and soul is just like so crazy into it. So finally getting to sit down and have like our first conversation for the Make Sure Your Friends Are Okay podcast.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's so sick. And the podcast being like one small division of like everything that you want to do is also very cool. So yeah, it's an honor to be here. I'm
Thank you.
I'm really happy.
So do you want to start with these, or you want to kind of just like?
Yeah, so Hunter did this thing with his brother, Justin, and I'm also like his brother, you know?
Right.
So I was like, wow, I want to do that. Like, I don't want to be left out.
So we're doing the same exact thing, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Different questions, though.
Yeah, 100%. So, I don't know.
What's up?
What's up? Nothing nice, just living life. I've
What's
been
new?
really tired lately.
I feel like I haven't seen you for like a while.
Well, I hated that. I know. You've been everywhere, though. You've been absolutely traveling the world. I was supposed to join you on that trip to Tulum, and then I couldn't, like, last second.
Yeah.
So.
It was a great trip. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Morgan's so dope.
She's so cool.
I wanted to travel with her so bad.
She did a video yesterday.
In a freaking hoodie.
No, she like got it for herself too. Like I didn't even give her the hoodie. Like she's so awesome. Shout out Morgan. I love you.
She's it's like such a genuine person.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this industry like that, it's so rare, especially like for someone to grow as fast as her and be in a position that she's in. Like it would be so easy to be entitled, and she's just like the polar opposite. I fucking stand her. Can I cuss on this podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
What's up, fucker?
No, me and Lauren were just talking about the same thing actually, about like the concept of people who like it really is like such a small amount of people who are real and like organic in LA.
No, it's crazy. It's really crazy because I feel like from an outside perspective, you see everyone in Hollywood or everyone like in this space or whatever constantly talk about how everyone in this world is fake. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah.
And then you really start to like submersify yourself in this industry. And it's like you realize that 99% of these people are just like putting out this image to the world that is so falsified. You know what I mean? Even if it is like a small amount of who they are, it's like everyone wants to put out this image of like, I'm so perfect, my life is so perfect. And it's crazy because even if we're not doing it, like, don't you find yourself sometimes caught up in it, being like, damn, like that person's life is so much better than mine. Right?
Yeah, it's like a game you was completely like, or doing like, I'm not even aware half the time that I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm like subconsciously like looking at someone like, fuck, like why am I not doing that?
No,
and then,
exactly.
Like doing like photos and things like that. Like I'll go so long without posting a photo on my photography Instagram sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like I just want it to be at such like a high level because
like
I see everyone else at a certain level.
Exactly. When in reality, like that's not what it should be at all. Because if you think about it, like you posting your photography is just like an expression of your art and creativity and your soul and whatever. And then we get in this like our head in this world. I'm the same way with like YouTube videos. Like I'm like every single one of my videos has to, and I'm still like it's not even like I'm talking about like I don't do it. I'm like this every day. Like every single one of my videos needs to be as funny as so and so and so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
Stay in this game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like if I'm not in a funny mood, like for a week I won't film and I'll just like lay in bed and be like, I hate myself.
Is it hard to like, I just did your interview with Forbes and like during it you like brought up, he's great too.
Yeah.
During it you brought up like the Emma Chamberlain, people like that coming up, and you were like around before them. and like it's probably like hard for you to watch someone as well, like who like rises super quickly and like, you know, different. What is that like?
I don't know. It's so weird because it's like how the tables kind of like turn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't talk about it. Fuck. I was just on this project. I can't talk about it, and it sucks. But I was just in a position where fuck, I hate that shit so much because I just don't talk about everything. I hate it.
You can like try like working around.
No, I'm gonna. I was just in a position where I finally felt like I had a form of establishment and respect from a lot of other YouTubers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all OG and older, whereas I was in a similar position probably like almost 2 years ago where I was around the same type of people or the same people. Yeah. And I felt like I had no respect and they all just kind of looked down on me and I was the baby and like, you know what I mean? And like now I was in this position where it was like, I was kind of like running with them, you know what I mean?
Like full circle.
Yeah, exactly. And I really, it was such a surreal experience for me because I was like, wow, like I'm finally getting the respect that I feel like I deserved all along, but this industry doesn't always have space for like the newbie, if that makes sense. And I feel like there was so many times where like I was like the newbie, or I was like, you know what I mean, the person that was like, you know what I mean, just kind of not respected because I was young and just starting this. And so to see the industry kind of grow and make more space for people like that and realize that like the new wave is the wave, you know what I mean, to me makes me so happy. So when I see people give someone like Emma Chamberlain like recognition, I'm like, go bitch, go. Cool. Like knowing that she like doesn't have to like go through that almost. That's, you know what I mean? Yeah. But also to be a part of that learning curve as the industry began to change. I feel like I was really a part of that change.
You were there before, like, you know, a lot of people, I think as well, I know the last video you just did, you talked about like, you can't be in it for money at all. Like if you're in it for money, like get the fuck out immediately. Because it's not even like a question.
It's gonna wear away at you in 30 seconds, it's gonna eat you alive.
But like so many kids think like you're living this lavish life because you have these followers and everything like that and you get like money with it as well. But like you said, like everything, the money, it's not necessarily there with YouTube anymore.
I mean, first and foremost, money just doesn't buy happiness. And like when I meet little kids that come up to me and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber and an Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, what for? And they're like, I want to be rich and famous. I'm like, for what? Like, why? Like, no, you don't. You think you do until it actually happens. It breaks my heart, really. I'm like, find what you're passionate about. And if you can, do it from there, cool. But like, if you're doing it just for these followers and likes and money and whatever, like, you're gonna have all of that and not be happy still. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you feel like you did that at all? Like, did you feel like at one point, like, you had this, what you wanted, but you're still like not, but maybe in like different regard?
I mean, okay, to turn in that direction, I get where you're coming from. I guess I did always grow up obviously without money. And so my family fighting all the time, you know? I feel like the center of a lot of it I thought was money. I mean, but looking back, it was obviously a lot more than just money. But that's always where my parents would kind of go, or my dad would be like, if your mom got a job, my mom would be like, if your dad made more money, and like, if, you know what I mean? Like, there was always just these, like, I have to burp, wait. Love that, right into the mic, love an ASMR moment. And I always felt like money would fix it. And I remember, like, when I really started to make money and I was still fighting with my family constantly, my dad was literally, like, coming into my own house, like, starting these fights, like, and shit. And me realizing, like, the money doesn't fix literally a damn thing. I mean, yes, it might make you more comfortable, which can ease a lot of stress, yes, but when it comes to, like, deep-rooted happiness or unhappiness, like, money's just gonna have nothing to do with that. But to go back to what you were asking earlier, going into this for the wrong reasons, I think will just eat you alive. Because at the end of the day, in the moments where, I'm sure you can relate to this too, where everything sucks and shit just, people are toxic and you're just in a bad space and everything sucks and whatever, the only thing you really have to like rely on is your passion. Like you love it so much that you're gonna stick to it. If it was just for money, like we would just go get another fucking job. You know what I mean?
I agree.
If that makes sense. Like you really have to be like passionate
really love what you're doing entirely. I think you're so right. Because like, you know, when I came out here, I was doing something entirely different. And like,
stop, I'll cry.
No, but like you really did, like you were the reason like why I really was able to get to the point of being like, all right, I can quit this place that I thought that I liked, that like I was making like money, or I didn't have to worry. Like every month I knew I was making rent and I had my money, everything was taken care of. So when I left work, I didn't have to worry about that anymore. I had to do like passion stuff like for the couple hours I had of free time, but like I realized how fucking like horrible it was too, and how much I fucking hated my life.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you came along into my life and you also like kind of was like, yo, why don't you do like what you're passionate about and like continue doing your shit.
Stop it.
No, I appreciate it.
On a mean, you know, you absolutely made me like follow every creative direction, everything I was passionate about too. I feel like you opened like 1,000 doors for me in what I was like creatively in love with and passionate about, and you made me really execute a lot of those dreams, which I think is very rare, because a lot of people will try to motivate you to like do something, but the people who actually make you fucking do that shit
it's a whole nother
are so like one of one. But a lot of you guys may not know watching this. Hunter, literally, how long ago was this when you worked at ICM?
Like 2017.
Yeah, so
like 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago, when I met Hunter, he worked at a talent agency and he had a very successful job there, and he was definitely sitting in line to work his way up to have a very well-paying, very successful job. But he was going to work every day, like 9 to fucking 9.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like literally
crazy hours.
Crazy hours to sit at this desk job around these people literally throwing, what was it? Someone threw a stapler, right?
Stapler at me, like crazy ass shit.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Like just this miserable job. And it was like he was in this position in reality that people dream about. People would literally fucking kill someone for.
People were coming from like legit, like the top schools, like UCLA, Harvard, like everything.
Like they would fucking go there and sit at that desk and be miserable and do that shit, and you hated it. And you were like, I'm a creative, I hate this, I just want to take photos, I want to make videos, I want to do this, I love this, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember literally being like, okay, like let's make this fucking music video then, let's whatever. And watching you leave your job at ICM just to like float around LA and figure out what the fuck you want to do, you know what I mean? And take photos and film video and stuff.
Well, it was really crazy too, because I was still working at ICM when I did the first video with you. I did half there. I was still there, so I remember I either took a sick day or it was like a weekend or something where I made something up, and you know, I filmed this video, and then I remember, you know, sitting at my desk and like, you know, looking under my desk and watching the video, like seeing like people like talk about it and like getting like more views.
Oh my god, stop.
No, I was serious. Like I remember doing that.
That's like insane. I'm sorry.
And it was so crazy to me because I'm like, how am I at this place where these people treat me so horribly, like where they are so like verbally abusive to me, and then I can like leave for like, you know, a day and get to, you know, create something that's so awesome and watch like it unfold in front of me as well.
Exactly, and like people support it and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that within itself is so crazy too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like leaving conformity to do what you want to do and taking that risk, and the feeling, the high of like a risk like that paying off is so crazy. And like
it's
a lot of
people,
hell. Absolutely, and a lot of people would say like, wow, this is really cool, but I have to stick to my desk. You know what I mean? Like a lot of sensible people in reality. But I think that's the crazy thing about LA and creatives in general is that like they're willing to take a lot of it is risk taking. That's why I love Rusty so much.
Yeah.
That's someone you need on this fucking
100% bringing him on.
Jesus Christ.
No doubt about it.
He's our favorite person in the world. I don't even want to say mine. Like he's absolutely our favorite person.
We are like his biggest supporters, I think, of anyone.
Oh my god. And I just love him so much because he took so many risks to be where he is. But we'll fill you on that story later. That's a whole podcast.
a whole podcast in itself.
It's crazy. Life is crazy. I'll shut up. That's so like vague to say.
No, but it's like 100% like taking that risk and being uncertain. Still, like every day is like so uncertain. Same thing for you too. You like ultimately like you wake up in the morning and you might not have like exactly what you want planned yet. Because for it was like the last video as well. I'm getting a lot of ideas from when you were just talking about of saying how. You know, like you can't plan your stuff so far in advance. Like you're not able to plan like any of your shit because like you're with the trend. You have to decide if you're going with the flow and things like that.
That's so true. Like you're basically like making these decisions and like building these stepping stones to stay in the place that you are, grow. It's like every day pretty much you're having to form these new ideas, and you're almost like you're guessing if millions of people are gonna like them, but also at the same time staying true to who you are, and at the same time executing it properly and like all that kind of stuff, which is so crazy. Like fuck, I wish I could plan out like 10 YouTube videos and just like do them all, but I just don't think, I think then I would lose that authenticity, that spontaneity, which I'm sure you can relate to that as well, even in the sense of photography. Like yes, you could plan 10 boring photo shoots, but some of the best ones you've ever done are probably ones where you're
like impromptu, like 15 minutes, like
exactly, like you're in a cool ass place, you know what, sit down right there, let's do this. And if anything, that emotion behind that moment, that photo, that whatever, might be what makes it so beautiful, or the, you know what I mean, the spontaneity and the drive behind a video in that moment is what's gonna make it so funny. And so like, you know what I mean, I commend the people that can do things very planned, but I just think that like I don't have that.
I'm the same way in that regard.
Like, 100%. We're such spur of the moment people. Like, okay, let's go right now. Let's do it right now.
That's how a lot of our like projects are.
That's literally I think why we vibe too, because I can literally call you at 3 in the morning and be like, I have this fucking video idea, I need your help right now, let's do it. And you'd be like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, let's go. Like,
that's so true. Not very many people I can do that with.
I know. Oh, same.
Alright, so should we ask some of these? You want to go
hop in this? Yeah, I'm scared though. Did you write these?
No, he did. Jacob?
Good luck with my handwriting.
It's okay, I have the shittiest handwriting on the planet. Okay. Wow, I love this. I used to do like YouTube challenges like this, like stuff like this, and then I just like don't anymore, so I'm like really excited. Wait, it says, what do you think makes me smile? But do you think that means like about you?
What do I think makes you smile, or vice versa?
I don't know. I didn't choose these.
Fuck. Well, I guess like.
I kind of like that. It's kind of a how well do we know each other test.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Do you want to answer that first, or should I answer it first?
You answer it first.
Okay. All right.
I do like me. Like I'm like, this is your podcast. I'm excited. Okay. Like, this one.
No. What makes you smile? I'd probably say, like your friends, for and foremost, like Amari and Trevor and all of them are just like so hilarious that like there's any time that like you're in a low place, like you can legit call Amari up and he'll make you laugh immediately. So like that's like something that I know like guarantee will make you smile.
Yeah.
I think for sure like watching you your passions like play out, like I know like the things you're working on that you can't talk about yet, but like that's for sure like making you super happy, low key.
That's
but, like,
so true. That is so true.
So I think just like things that like you're very passionate about, we.
I was literally gonna say that to you. I think that you and I are very similar in the regard to that, like when we meet someone that's like equally as passionate, equally as driven about something, or like inspiring, or like, you know what I mean, like spark something in us. Like we both. Well, I guess that would be like an empath in a way. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking
and
about.
I think you're very much like that when you meet like a situation or a person or anything like that that inspires you. That's something that's gonna make you so happy. Like, or this, but also the same thing for you. You kind of, I don't mean to like play off what you're saying and I sound like an asshole who like doesn't know you, but I swear to God, like to see your passions play out, for you to create an insane project, like the, oh my God, like the Puerto Rico documentary, like you filming that, it might have been absolute fucking hell, but when you finally see that, like that, those emotional moments all fucking like together, and like that feeling,
like no other.
Exactly.
It's really like no other,
It's literally so worth it that it's like, Jesus Christ, like I'm the same way, like you know what I mean, that happiness is like, that high is irreplaceable.
Yeah, I agree.
So I would say, that and like a good and fresh blunt moment.
Facts.
Okay. Okay. I'm hoping the rest are a little deeper, a little.
Who do you look up to the most, and what qualities in that person do you want to see in yourself?
Oh my God. Okay, I already know. You want to go?
Yeah, that's you.
But we both just answered that one.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing.
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna answer this one too.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, people at home. I think the person I look up to the most in my life is my manager, Jordan. Just because I think he is like the most together, hardworking, like driven person. He really is the type of person that like if he's gonna talk about it, he's gonna execute it. And I think to go back to the way we talk about this industry is just so filled, literally so filled. It's the thing I hate the most. Yeah. With people who talk about shit but don't do it. You know what I mean? Or constantly saying like, I have this crazy idea, this crazy thing you can do, or whatever. And it's just like none of it never comes to fruition.
It's an idea.
It's always people like blowing air up your ass. I don't know what the actual smoke. Tea. And Jordan is just so the polar opposite of that. And then just the way that he handles emotions and business and stuff, it's just all so together that I look at him every day and I'm like, even though you're a fucking asshole and you're pissing me off right now, like I want to be one tenth of the person you are, you know? And he kind of like raised me, you know, like my parents always just like sucked, and I like moved out at 15 and Jordan started managing me, and he was, I could tell he was just like, wow, this she needs some parenting. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So, and just the way that if he's passionate about something or loves someone or whatever, how he really will put all of himself into them. I'm very similar in that regard. So I love that about him. You know.
That's cool. Yeah, it's very true.
We stand Jordan.
We do. We definitely do. You know, I've never really been asked that question. I really don't know, like, who I look up to. Like, that's like a very crazy thing. I feel like I remember, I think I told you a while ago when I moved out to LA, I liked this videographer, I was obsessed with him, and I met him at a show, and he was just the biggest asshole I ever met, and I was so heartbroken. I was like, yo, never meet your heroes. That's the worst thing ever. And I was like, I know, it was a really, really low point for me, and I remember it so vividly.
That's very true. If I met Shane or something.
Yeah.
I also really love Shane, but.
Yeah, and it's that happening, it's just so mind blowing to you. So I feel I don't really know who I look up to. I don't know if there's someone that I genuinely look up to.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that crazy? Is that a weird thing?
Does
everyone have someone to look up to?
No, it's not crazy. It's not a weird thing. I just think I've never put that together about you, ever. Wow, I really didn't think I would learn anything about you in this, because I like to feel like I know everything about you, but I'm shook right now. I'm shook.
Yeah, no, I feel I don't know. I don't think there's anyone that I can genuinely say that this person is who gives me all the guidance I need, or when I.
Damn, that's true. I mean, because you're very inspired by a lot of people, but in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When it comes to
I think a bit from each person. I kind of feel I don't really go full.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we're gonna move on, but it hurts. I don't like it.
Oh wait, it's your turn? Yeah.
What makes you feel most alive? Oof, that's a question. I mean, instantly, I can't even lie. I feel I know instantly, but it's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. That's such a deep
Yeah, it really
you know
is.
what I mean? What really makes you feel alive is such a crazy thought. I feel there are two things that make me feel alive, and the first one obviously being what we were just talking about, but it is making what I'm in love with, making what I'm passionate about, but also seeing what that can do. I feel the moments I feel the most alive are seriously reading a comment saying my whole day was shit, this video was the only thing that made me laugh. You know what I mean? I just had the worst day ever. I play your videos to drown out my parents fighting, or my best friend and I aren't friends anymore, so I watch your videos. Knowing that no matter how fucking stupid a video I post is, that I can make someone else feel something, and let alone feel something, but to lift their spirits is crazy. And especially to just
it's an awesome thing to have, the ability to do.
It's crazy. And I always looked up to people who could do that, you know what I mean? And I always thought to myself, if I can do that for one person, that will change my whole life. So to be where I am, I think that is always what makes me feel the most alive. And then I feel on top of that, my friends, I'm definitely the type of person you were just saying, my friends make me so happy. I almost value friends more than family, because I feel it's the family that you choose. I don't know, maybe that's just I'm fucking in my head, but
no, I feel that too. I think I'm the same. I've been the same way for a long time.
Yeah.
I think creating is for sure something that makes me feel alive. When I get
I can just tell.
I remember shooting anything. If I get a shot that I'm just God, fucking do it. That was it. And I think that was something you can't ever really replace. There's nothing catching something in its genuine moment and really just capturing it that you can't replace. That's just an awesome thing.
That's so cool, because that's something that you will have for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
That is something that no matter where you are, it's something no one can ever take away from you.
Yeah.
Even in your lowest moment, you can go create. You can go make something that.
I feel there's so many things that are taken. There's limits on so many different people's careers and things like that, where they're they feel they can hit a plateau, but ultimately just capturing moments. There's not a plateau. It doesn't need to be a huge person catching a moment of. It could be anyone that you're close to, which is really, really cool. And then also the company that makes your friends okay. Seeing the feedback we're getting from it is so unbelievably awesome. People going out of their way and sending the most awesome messages, and not even having to send clothing to certain people, and people buying it on their own, and supporting it, and really taking it to the next level of really checking on people is such an
important thing, because in reality that is the message behind the shirt. And again, too, in reality, you, with your following, could have made any company. You could have made any merchandise. You could have made anything. But to make something that goes so much further than a material item or a t-shirt or a piece of clothing or whatever, that feeling, I think, within itself is so cool, knowing that you are using your platform as well as you know how with the tools that you have, you know what I mean? Which I think is just like so sick.
Yeah, I think it came to the point where, you know, I was in the space and like, you know, slowly getting some sort of following, and it was like getting into my head that I'm not happy. Like I'm still like not happy.
Yeah,
even, like,
I remember those conversations.
Yeah, we had them so often. I feel like of being like, yo, I'm so depressed. I'm going through like this horrible stuff, and no one really was like, no, I wasn't like talking to anyone about it publicly or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it was like this weird thing where everyone like is convinced you gain this comes like your happiness comes up with it, and like just everything's hand in hand.
It's so true.
And it's just like so not.
It's not. And like, it's not at all.
And I think talking to you too about it, a lot of stuff was like, you know, you were going through a lot of stuff, but you weren't able to like really explain it the way you wanted to, like publicly, and like you really just kind of.
I still don't.
Yeah, you know, you give your fans enough that they know you're going through something, and you're like, listen, like this is a hard time, but like going into like, you know, detail of things that are are happening is something that no one does.
Yeah, 100%.
So it came to the point where I was just like, yo, if I have the ability to like use some sort of platform that I got to raise awareness for something else that I'm also feeling like dealing with,
and like you're day by day destigmatizing like the idea of not just saying, oh, I'm sad, but saying like, I'm sad and here's why. And even if it's dark, and even if you don't want to hear it or whatever, that's what's fucking happening. And just because I have all of these material things, you know what I mean, that look so perfect, like I'm still just a person behind the edits and behind the photos and behind what I'm choosing to show you. I think that's such a big realization too, is like everyone you follow, no matter what, no matter how much you love them, they're choosing the photos they put, they're choosing the songs, exactly, to say that they're listening to, they're choosing every single thing. And in reality, it's all these perfect, like sculpted realities. And to try to do anything to destigmatize that and rip that away and rip the cover off and say like, no, like none of this shit is what you fucking think it is. We are all going through shit, and let's talk about it while we're here instead of posting a fucking photo of the sunset every day. You know, is like the coolest thing in the world to me. You know, I don't know.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I do live for it. Make sure.
Good.
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's keep going.
1 second.
King.
All right. Yes, guys.
Cool.
There's a lot.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all of them.
We can. It's up to you.
Where do you go when you need inspiration? Like, what do you do?
Damn, that's a hard question. That's a really hard question. You want to go first? Maybe not.
Sure. I get the most inspired from like 1 a.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning.
So right.
That's like, because I feel like, I don't know if you're the same way, like no one's on their phones really during that time, so I feel like I'm not missing anyone. Like no one's like trying to reach out to me as well. Like I feel like I'm able to like go into my zone during that time. Is that, you know what I'm saying?
I was just talking about this the other day, like you're speaking my brain right now.
Yeah, it's a really crazy thing because I feel like I'm getting inspired by nothing, if that makes sense. Like no one's around, so I'm able to like
get out of my head, get out of it.
No, it's really weird though, because I feel like some people are like, you have to work on this schedule, you have to, you know, wake up at 9 a.m, do this, blah blah, and like it's just not. No, I feel like you've always been the same, like in the same way, because we've been able to work.
No,
you know,
literally. Even just the other night, I was just sitting there, fucking till like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
for no
like
fucking reason.
Because, it wasn't 5, it was 8 a.m.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to sound a little bit.
Clarify.
Everyone constantly is like, why are you always staying up all night and sleeping all day in your free time? Like, why are you doing that? Like, in reality, it's free time. Wake up, seize the day, the sun, whatever. I am so insanely polar from that because, and I always try to explain this to people, and I feel like they get it, but at the same time, they can only get it to
an extent.
Exactly, because it's like they're not fucking like that, you know? And it's like, at night, everything is shut off. You know what I mean? No one is bothering you. It's like all of the noise in your head just has time to like, like dissipate and go away and just to sit in silence. And I think that there's such a beauty in sitting with your own thoughts too. And really having the chance to sit there and like organize them. And I feel like during the day, for me at least, and I'm sure you can relate to this, it's so impossible for me because there's 1,000 things being thrown at you, 1,000 people hitting you up that if you're not responding, you're an asshole. 1,000 things that you have to do that if you're not doing, you're an asshole. Like it's just on and on and on and on, you know what I mean? So to finally like sit down at night and just do whatever you want in this peace and silence, I absolutely find the most inspiration at that time.
But it's also super hard too, because like, you know, we both get super creative at that time, but
no one can do shit.
But then the next morning, everyone's like, "Yo, you got this meeting at 11 a.m. You have to start shooting at." So it's like this very
always
you're
exhausted.
You're definitely go through like a crazy aspect too. But like it's very difficult for people who have the creative mindset that we have of like
literally
needing like the silence to work.
Yeah, and just like time with yourself. And it's like, you can go isolate yourself in the daytime, but it's just different. Like, it really is just different to me. So that's why I find myself every night pretty much like conceptualizing all of my video ideas, mapping out which ones I want to do next, editing everything, sending all the text to plan all that shit. So sorry to everyone who gets the 3 a.m. text from me, like, when can we shoot? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's when I'm doing everything. But I guess to answer the question, I probably find the most inspiration like organically in the sense of like with my friends, like, or just in my life, in my day-to-day life, like with what I do at least. Like I'm the most inspired when I'm literally just sitting with Amari and him and I are on the couch shooting the shit, dying laughing over nothing, and I'm like, wait, that's a great video idea. That's cool. Or like, you know what I mean, Trevor and I are somewhere drunk in Mexico and I'm like, you know what, let's go do our makeup right now and make some hilarious shit because it's real.
Yeah, it's real in the moment.
Yeah, that's absolutely cool. Absolutely.
I like that.
That's our team. We love a good late night.
We do.
Moment.
We do.
Oh fuck! I hate this question. What do you use to cope when you're feeling uncomfortable? Oh my god! Make sure your friends are okay.
Yeah, for real.
Oh fuck.
Man.
I'm like,
you go down first.
Fuck.
Oh god.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely am the type of person. Like, to be real, this is make sure everyone's okay. This is a place where you actually just like talk about shit. I've always been this way, and I was realizing this even yesterday talking about this. Like yesterday, I was telling someone like my parents were constantly fucking screaming, and I literally remember being like, "Do I start smoking weed?" when I was like 13.
That's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I was in 7th grade, and I was like, "I'm gonna do this to relax from the stress in my life," which is insane.
Nuts.
If you think about it.
To understand like what coping would be at that age.
Yeah, exactly. And to be run away from where I'm stressed.
Yeah.
My coping mechanisms are absolutely just like, don't think about it until it is right here in front of your face. Because it's like, I feel like if I'm thinking about it or thinking about anything, then it's like, it's going to eat me alive. You know what I mean? It's going to consume me. It's going to stop absolutely everything that I'm doing. Like it just, so I don't until I absolutely have to, which I think is why my life is a constant series of a build up, like a breakdown or explosion, and then it's just like back to work the next day. You don't think about it again, and it sucks.
I've been on, you know me very well in that regard too. Like I don't talk about anything that's going on for me. I don't like, my coping is me not talking.
Oh yeah.
And like,
100% communication aware.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's a bad place to be in. Like I'm so aware of like it's not like a good place to be in.
Yeah, it's just easy.
But yeah, it's an easy route to take. And like, was just talking to Lauren, and I was like, I have my first therapy appointment on Monday. And like it took me 4 years to get to the point where I'm like, maybe I should talk to someone, because all I do is just like shut down when I need to like cope with things and things like that.
To be honest with you, that's so weird, because lately I literally was in the car with Jordan the other day, like, maybe I need some fucking therapy, but I just don't have time. Yeah. I feel like I'm at this weird place too, where so much of my like past and like my childhood and all this shit, like lately just every day it's like I feel like I'm just reliving so much in my head that I've been like pushing away for so long, and now it's all starting to like come back and hit me in the face so hard, and I'm like, damn, like, do I need to just go like talk to someone or whatever? But it's so much easier to keep running from it. But I feel like I'm at a point where I might have to stop running, which is very scary.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you start realizing that like there are deep-rooted problems, is when you're like shit, maybe something needs to change. Because for me, like I would push back any deep-rooted problem as far as I can, just like not think about it, and literally, like any problem. Yeah. And like I was extremely good at that. Like I've been extremely good at it for like my entire life. But I realized like in my relationships and things like that, like I'm not able to provide what the other person needs, like ever. I'm never able to like even relate, like friendships, any type of thing. I'm not able to give them like enough of what they need. And I feel like a lot of like my relationships, they're in danger, like they get hurt and things like that, because I'm not able to be as open as they would like me to be.
Yeah, damn.
so like, you know, being aware of that is like a kind of a.
This is like one of the first times I've even heard you kind of materialize this.
Yeah.
Which I think is really crazy.
Yeah.
And for you to be talking about this so openly on Make Sure Your Friend's Okay is really sick. I know that that's like not the response that necessarily needed, but it is very cool to me knowing you.
Yeah, exactly.
Know how hard it might be for you to say that or like whatever, but you're putting it out there. So like people, which is so sick. Like that's so awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, but it is very, very crazy to kind of come to a realization that like Jordan would always say this to me too, like when I was young, but like not that I'm not so young, but I mean like you're a product of your past, you're a product of your childhood, you're a product of your upbringing, and I was always very much like, fuck my parents, I'm my own person, I'm not that, I'm not this, I'm not whatever. And to kind of realize like no, like everything fucked up about me or everything I can't give or can't be or can't do or whatever might stem from trauma or your past or fucked up shit. And then it's like to finally take it from however far you've pushed it down and dig it out and unearth it to get better is like the scariest fucking thing ever, you know?
Entirely.
Especially when all you've known is like running.
To not,
or
not address it. Yeah. It's true. It's crazy. Shit is crazy.
Absolutely.
All right, maybe we'll have a nicer one.
I doubt it.
What emotion do you experience the most?
Wow.
These are fantastic questions.
Yeah, like that went off. You want to go first? Is you first last time? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Lately, and I really hate to like say this because to be honest with you, I hate it. I'm ashamed of it. It makes me so upset actually because I like to think for the most part I'm like an easygoing person. I try to be as hedonistic as possible and find the happiness and the joy in everything I do, and I love life for the most part, but I feel like the emotion that I find myself feeling the most is like, is it franticity? Like frantic, like stress, like just feel it, pressure, you know what I mean? The weight of 1,000 things on my shoulders at all times with me being like, what do I do? What's my next move? I have to go do this. I have to go do that. I have to go do this. I can't let down this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. Then there's me. Then there's this relationship. Then there's my friends. Then there's all this, and like all while trying to be like, hi guys, it's Tana. Everything's fine. Like, you know what I mean? And
crazy.
It's like
so many things are built up that like people aren't even aware of that before you even like start filming anything. You have to like, you know, shut it off and turn on different parts.
Exactly. And even that can be so unhealthy. And it's like I'm trying to push myself to this point where I don't do that and I don't shut off everything I'm feeling. And even if my video that week is just me being real as fuck about how I'm feeling, like that's where I want to get to. But it's like then I also feel like I'm letting myself down or my fans down because it's like I just want to be like fun, carefree Tana who doesn't give a fuck. But it's like the stress of life can be so much, you know.
Yeah, so, kind of held. I know like, you deal with it a lot, like being held like on a pedestal of like trying to be happy and like be funny at all times. You know, I feel like comedians deal with it a lot too, and like you know, everyone wants a certain caliber out of you when they see you.
100%.
When they expect, when they meet you, whatever it is, you need to bring out whatever side they think you are.
100%. Like
I'm not able to just be like, yo, like
that's not me right now. And you know that even if they say they accept it or it's fine, that you're still letting them down.
In their head they're like, damn.
You know what I mean? Like I literally will find myself being so stressed that like on the way to an event or an interview or a meeting or whatever, I'm scream crying. And then I get there and I walk in and I'm like, what's up? Like, you know, everything's great. And that can be so hard. You know
emotionally tolling for sure.
100%. 110%.
Yeah, I think what was the question? What emotion do I feel the most?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. Because it's like changing for me now, you know, like like honestly it was like some sort of like depressed emotion a lot. It was some sort of like lack of something, missing something, like kind of like a depression like type emptiness type state of mind. And you know, that's a very like hard place to be like sitting in while you're trying to like create like your stuff and like be creative. If anything,
when you're depressed you lose all motivation to create, all inspiration.
Exactly. So it's super difficult too because, you know, continuously people are still going to be reaching out trying to like when they're with their problems and wanting help. And you know, I'm always going to be there for anyone like it's like that I care about.
But then you're giving them that.
Which is exactly, you know, I'm giving them whatever I have left is like giving to people and like helping them with whatever problems they have. And I was just saying on the last podcast too, my brother was like got super mad at me for going and doing something and checking on someone, and like he was so frustrated because he realized that I was giving too much of myself and I'm not caring enough about myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's like within those last couple of weeks, it's been the point where I'm like, yo, I'm aware of it now. I know that like, you know, I've been in like a dark place. I've been trying to figure it out. Yeah. And now I'm like trying to like come out of it and understand like I can be there for people, but I also need to give myself like the even amount. So
like if anything, like what's the like self-care, but I don't know the word for that.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? To like
it's very true.
Sit back and like, which is it's very hard. That's like that is such a hard thing to do, to say like I can't help you because I have to help me, and I can't help you if I don't help me. Or I can't love you because I have to love me, and I can't love you if I don't love me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to go say that, like, and do that to people.
To anyone that you care about, too.
Yeah,
you know, it's a hard spot. Because then they feel like, you know, you're not going to be there for them. And, like, you know, that's, like, a lot of the roots of my relationship issues have been that inability to. And now I'm, like, addressing it and aware of it. So now I'm trying to, like,
which is good, because, like,
move forward. But
yeah, then you can do nothing but, like, grow from that. But that moment of realizing that you might have to let some people down and feel the emotion of that in order to get better is so hard when you're the type of person who's so used to giving everything that you have to everyone. And like I feel that so hard. Like when you finally have to say like everyone has to stop taking and I have to go for a second. Yeah. It's a very hard thing to do.
It is.
So that emotion is intense.
Real.
For sure.
Real as hell.
Yeah.
You.
Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm actually scared because they're
coming at it like hard. Yeah.
Oh, do you feel excited by stuff in your life? That's a good and fresh question.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's very short and sweet. Like, yes, because I feel like I try to only stick to things that actually excite me and I'm actually passionate about. And I feel like anytime I've ever done something for the wrong reasons, like money or fame or like whatever it may be, I quickly find myself being like, whoa, I don't want to do this, because it's like that emotion is just, it's not there. It's a gross feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I pretty much remain pretty excited about the things I do because I am putting all of me into it, which is scary too, I guess, because then it's like if something goes wrong, it's like
putting all your
like your soul heart. Literally crushes before your eyes, and trying to find a healthy balance in that is hard. But T.
I'm the same way. I'm like figuring out what makes me happy, what excites me now, and like
going for
it, and like really,
and living for that is what life is really about.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I mean? Life is way too fucking short to live for any of the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're literally put on this earth for what fucking reason? Everyone has a different theory. Like, we might as well just be as happy as we can. Because like, as most may know, time can be very limited here.
Thanks.
You know?
Very, very true. All right.
Well, we're like getting down. I think we should finish up.
Should we? Okay.
Ready?
Let's see. We'll see how we're going.
Okay.
Is it easy for you to show yourself love or speak kindly to yourself?
Oh.
You're like, you know what? I'm done with them.
Yeah, I was like, actually, thank you guys so much for watching. No, I feel like I'm very much in a place too where everything I do is going to be criticized no matter what. And it's like, if you speak too low on yourself, like you're too down on yourself, but if you speak too high on yourself, you're narcissistic and you're an asshole and you're conceited and you're self-obsessed and whatever. So it's almost like it's easier to if someone else is shitting on you to like join them, if that makes sense, you know what I mean, or to be in on the joke or like whatever it may be, or to be the person overly criticizing everything you do so that everyone else doesn't. Like if anything, I often feel like I am my own worst enemy in that regard. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I love me, like I think I'm like good and fresh and fun and like whatever you want to say, but I feel like this industry puts you in a place to really be so hard on yourself. Yeah. Especially like in the space that you're in too. Like, there's never been a time, I feel like, where people have been able to engage with someone that they look like up to. You know, in the past, like if you loved a band, you know, you'd love them and you know go see them live, but you couldn't connect to them. You couldn't DM them. Yeah. You know, there was like such like a barrier between fan and that's what made fame so different too from now. Entirely. It was a whole nother like ball game. Yeah. And now people being able to be like this close to you and like be able to comment on anything for you and like knowing that you'll probably see it. And me weighing my it's very hard to not weigh your self-worth in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I know at the end of the day that those people's opinions are what give me everything I have. So in a way, you can act like you place none of your self-worth in it, but at the end of the day, like, it's very, very hard not to, and trying to find that healthy medium in this
It's so hard.
is so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I don't know what the question was.
Neither.
Oh, it was the self-love.
Okay.
Yeah. It's for you to show yourself love or be kind to yourself. No.
You and me are very much the same.
Yeah, definitely. I think we are.
Yeah.
You know, I am learning how to still. I think everything right now I'm just like in this crazy learning like phase of my life where I'm learning how to like love myself way more and like respect what I'm doing more and things like that and
awesome.
know my value and things. So I'm in the works of it. It's not not there yet.
It's not easy though
Yeah.
either. You know what I mean? People act like you can just wake up one day and be like, oh fuck it, I was kidding, I love me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like there's only like
not.
one Modson in the world. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
there's
my
only
God,
people who
literally.
genuinely are.
But even Mod, you know, like I feel like he had to go through a lot of period of, you know, darkness
100%.
or self-hatred or whatever it is to get to where he is. And if anything, he is so inspiring to people like you and me that are learning how to love ourselves, even like 1/10 of what he does.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
So that's cool. I fucking love him. Fuck.
Me too.
Okay.
Let me see how much time is left on this one.
We have 10 minutes on this one left and 15 on this one left.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God. Okay. What relationship shaped you the most when you were growing up?
Like relationship with like someone or with like your family?
I think anyone. I think.
I'd say not like my blood brother, but Sean, who like pretty much like raised me. He was like a babysitter for me and like, you know, grew up with me. And you know, my mom wasn't always around too much growing up because she was working and like, you know, she's trying to find a guy as well, so she was getting around. And Sean like raised me, and at one point I remember in high school, we found out that he was like, you know, doing drugs and he got arrested for like really intense drugs, and he was like the only person I really trusted and cared about in my life, like that I really like gave 100% trust to.
And then the heartbreak of
that would change my entire life. Like I think at that moment I stopped trusting people. I closed myself off to so many different things. Like so many deep-rooted issues came from like that emotion that I felt from him. Yeah. Now, you know, he's great. He was in charge of a sober living home. He's doing an amazing job for like mental health stuff as well. But
you still can't negate that shaped who you are.
Yeah, it completely changed who I am entirely.
That's crazy.
But, you know.
Damn, I don't know. Mine are. I feel like I have a lot, and I don't want to take forever to talk about it. But I guess like I don't know. My relationship with my parents, I think, shaped me obviously the most in the regard that I feel like love was very conditional in my family, and I don't know, the way that people like spoke to each other and brushed everything off like it was just supposed to be fine when it wasn't, and all that kind of stuff. That really shaped my ideals on love and emotion. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that it wasn't until I was like 16 that I was like, wait, like I don't feel love like regular people. I don't feel emotion like regular people. I'm not treating people correctly. I'm treating people so wrong in so many regards, and realizing that was all because of the way that I was raised, and then kind of having to like restart, you know what I mean? So I think that in every like negative way, and the things that I probably hate the most about myself and the way that I'm shaped, I would probably place that. I don't want to say blame, but you know, like all my parents, I guess. And then I don't know, I think, but like in another way, like you shaped me so much. Jordan shaped me so much. I'd probably put the rest of that on that. I feel like you taught me so much about like myself and like actually caring for people and like real emotion and like opening up, and that you can find like a love in your friends. You know what I mean? I think Amari kind of showed me that as well. Like that even if it might not be there with your family, that you really can, you know, find love in other regards. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to growing up, I guess Jordan kind of did all of that. So shout out Jordan.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, that's my tea.
All right.
We're trying to finish this.
We're trying to finish it.
There's 3 more. We can do it.
All right. Do you usually follow your heart or your head?
50-50, I think.
Okay.
I can be a really impulsive person, and I'm sure that you know this. and I can make a lot of decisions based on emotion.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you also know this.
Very aware.
And that's something that I'm really trying to work on as I get older. I think it's something that I didn't really realize until now. I think if something really makes me mad, like I'm one to make a rash decision. If something really upsets me, I'm one to make a really rash. You're like, really? No way.
Crazy.
Yeah, so those moments. But I really have been wanting to and learning to try to follow my head more, because I do think I make a lot better decisions when I follow my head.
It's good.
So
It's
that's
good.
the team.
It was the same way, 50-50 entirely. I think there's certain times following my head, certain times following my heart, and like each one has their own good, and each one has their own bad.
I feel like a lot of the impulsivity comes from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Because it's just like, fuck, I feel this way right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because emotion really is like the biggest. It's just able to drive you to do some crazy
the most
shit.
insane shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, some of the crazy shit you ever do is because of the emotions that you're feeling. When in reality, some of the most thought out, calculated stuff you're gonna do is because of your head. So shout out head.
Shout out head.
Okay, next one.
Let's keep it going. Not much time.
Yeah. Oh my god. Your handwriting really got me on this one. What involvement do you have with people around you?
I'm pretty detached from most people around me, I'd say. Like there's like a solid barrier between like my friendships with people and like actually what I go through and what actually happened in my life.
Yeah, like you can be really close friends with someone, but they have no idea what's actually going on.
Exactly. Because like most people don't even realize that they're talking about themselves and aren't really asking about you. And like you talking to them, giving them advice, stuff like that, is them thinking they're getting close to you because you're giving them different like opinions about yourself and stuff like that. But really, they're not aware that you have your own stuff they're not even like talking about.
That is an awesome observation, and it's so true how many people define being close in, oh, they're always there for me, so we're really close. But in reality, like just because someone's always there for you, does that mean you know fucking anything about them? Like in reality, to define actually being close would be something very mutual, which is actually so rare.
Yeah, it's extremely rare.
That's a crazy observation. Like literally, I don't think I've ever had that observation.
I think I just had it like right now.
Wow, go up. Yeah. Well, I love that for us. For me, when it comes to, I'm like, whoa.
No, keep going. I'm just getting ready for it.
When it comes to the involvement I have in people around me, I feel like and I'm realizing this a lot lately too. Mm-hmm. I feel like I want to be too involved in people's lives. If I love someone, I am like, okay, like, let's fix it. Let's make everything okay. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do? I will make it happen. Let's go. You want to be a YouTuber? Okay, I'll help you map out your next 15 videos. Mm-hmm. Let's make sure they get views. Let's do this. Let's whatever. Oh, you want to be a creative? I want to make these 9,000 things. Help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I am just the type of person that if I love someone, there is nothing holding me back from investing every aspect of myself into helping them in any way. And I often find myself so angry or upset or let down, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If they're doing bad or they're failing or they're not following their heart or they're fucking themselves over or anything like that, you know what I mean? Or so drained if I'm giving someone absolutely all of me to make them better, and then I'm just sitting back like, okay, what about Tana? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think right now I've really been struggling with putting too much emotion into everyone else around me. You know what I mean? And I've been noticing that, especially with Mario. I know that's kind of like, I'm not calling out Mario, I fucking love you. But like, Mario's really been wanting to like throw himself into YouTube, and like, I've been doing everything in my power to be like, okay, your next video is gonna be this, let's do this concept, let's talk about this, shove this title, shove this thumbnail, shove this whatever, like. So then if Mario is like, wow, I really want to do all this stuff, and we work on all of it, and then he goes and like doesn't do it, or he's lazy, or he fucking, you know what I mean, does it a different way, even though he knows that way's not gonna work or whatever, I find myself getting so fucking frustrated because I'm just like,
you're giving your own thoughts for
like
nothing.
I just want to help you. Please let me help you. I know whatever. And then it's like I have to step back and be like, okay, but like he's his own person. Like he's not you just because you're putting your whole soul into everything he's doing. And like I think I was realizing for a second, like, damn, I don't want to be an asshole tomorrow because I'm so like invested in this. Like I need to step back for a second and be a little less invested. It's been a struggle for me lately.
What are our times?
Just gonna start.
Or we both have one more.
Alright, so I just asked you this last one, and you asked me that last one, and like, we don't answer each other. I mean, you answer this one, I answer that one.
Okay. Whoa, we love a good twist.
Do you want this one, or you want that one?
I mean, I don't know.
Exactly. Okay. What is the best advice you've ever been given?
I don't know who gave me it, but it's like absolutely what I live by. I'm like, I think you gave it to myself, so it's like for me, like, fuck. Is to always be accepting the reality, no matter how much you don't want to, and especially me being someone who runs from my problems, or tends to want to run from my problems, you know what I mean? Is that it's like no matter how much you don't want something to be the way it is, the first thing you need to do is accept everything for exactly the way it is, accept people for exactly who they are, and then you can't always change them. You can't always make someone what you want them to be. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, I think I first really started to deal with that with my parents, like realizing they're not going to change if they don't want to change, and that I can't change them if they're not wanting to, and I can't. They might always be this way, and this is the way it is, so learn to deal with it. Like, it's you can sit back and cry and be so upset that everyone else has these amazing families, but like, this was the hand that you're dealt. Accept your reality. And I feel like that is, if all else fails, that is the advice I'm gonna live by, is step one, accept this fucking reality.
That's
but
cool.
like, I also don't know where I got the advice from.
I like that.
You know, well, that's tea. Do you have a clear sense of where you want to take things in life? That's a cool ending question.
Yeah. Do you have a clear sense where I want to take things in life? No. I think that I have an idea, for sure. I don't think it's, you know, by any means completed. I think that life is just like changes so much. If you were to tell me what I'm doing now than I would have done last year and the year before that, like, I'd have no idea. So really, I think everything's circumstantial. I think that like you have to take life like with a grain of salt and keep
a minute at a time.
Yeah, and like you never know what amazing thing's gonna come around the corner. So
or what crazy thing could literally fucking blow everything up.
Entirely.
Me being a
half full, half empty. No, I agree entirely. I think ultimately, like, I know what I want to do. I know I'm killing a bug for 8 minutes straight.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Spiders are like my biggest fear. It's right there.
Yeah,
there it is. It's dead. Make sure your spiders are okay.
Yes.
Keep going.
No, yeah. So I think pretty much just like, I just need to figure it out. I know I want to create. I know I want to continue to create like amazing pieces of work with amazing people and tell stories that haven't been told yet, and like make it happen. So
I think that's such a good ending note. You know what I mean? That at the end of the day, we might not always know what we're doing or where we're going, or if things are going to be okay in the moment, or things aren't really suck. But at the end of the day, like, all you can do is live life with love and doing what you love and what you're passionate about. And if your morals are in the right place, or your head's in the right place, you can make everything else happen in whatever way that you have to. You know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't all have to be clear, and that's kind of like the beauty of it. Yeah.
I agree. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for
Snap on the last one.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
oh my god,
awesome.
I feel so exciting. This is like your baby, and I've been wanting to do this for so long. So if anyone's watching this, I hope you enjoyed it, and I really do want you to know, especially knowing Hunter, just like hearing his answers, like how real they were, how real this has actually been, and it's cool to do that because that's what Make Sure Friends Are Okay is all about. So start a conversation in the comments below, and we'll come talk to you about.
That's how you end it right there.
That's what it's about.
Well, cool. Thanks, guys.
Bye.